Many people intrinsically associate cybersecurity with hacking and hackers, those strange people portrayed in black hoodies who cover their faces with the so-called Guy Fawkes mask. While this association is not in itself entirely erroneous, it does place no emphasis on the dark side. At its core, cybersecurity is all about defense. If you are considering a career in cybersecurity, this is a good place to begin. Security operations centers are the epicenter of cyber defense. Without them, most organizations would be free game for hackers and advanced persistent threat groups. So what does a security operations center actually do? It functions as a safeguard for the entity it is protecting by monitoring, detecting, and preventing cyber threats, as well as investigating and remediating those threats that cannot be prevented. There are different types of security operations centers depending on the mission. Large corporations, international banks, and government agencies typically have their own internal security operations center, which is responsible for managing their security posture and responding to any breaches that occur. Another example are cybersecurity service providers who offer on-demand or fixed-term security operations center services to corporate clients. In this scenario, the security operations center becomes a trusted partner of their clientele and is responsible for detecting and responding to threats in their environments. Client corporations often have their own security teams that work hand in hand with the security operations center. A third type of security operations center functions in conjunction with a vendor of a security solution. Palo Alto Networks, Microsoft, and CrowdStrike are all good examples of this. They have teams of experts who have exceptional expertise with their particular security solution. This service is typically offered on demand to paying clients and primarily in urgent situations where immediate help is needed. Security operations centers typically consist of an operative team, an engineering team, and a management team. The operative team is often divided into separate tiers, usually no more than 3. The first tier consists of first responders or junior cybersecurity analysts who are responsible for sifting through a large amount of incidents and alerts that are generated. In technical terms, this procedure is known as triage. The purpose of triage is to segregate incidents and then to prioritize those that require further investigation based on their urgency. If an incident requires further analysis, the first responder will escalate it to the second tier. The incident will then be investigated more thoroughly by experienced cybersecurity analysts who have a threefold responsibility. Number 1. To make an accurate judgment of the nature of the activity. Is it malicious? In other words, was the alert a true positive? Perhaps the alert was triggered by a penetration test. To rephrase, activity which outwardly appears to be malicious but has no evil intent. That is to say, a benign positive alert. Or maybe the alert was triggered by something that should not have triggered it in the first place, a false positive. The second responsibility of the Tier 2 cybersecurity analyst is to evaluate whether harm has already been caused by the activity, and if so, what kind of harm, who has been affected, and to what extent has damage been done. The third responsibility is closely related. Tier 2 cybersecurity analysts must be able to determine what are the appropriate remediation actions that need to be performed, and then to perform them. Major incidents typically cannot be resolved by Tier 2 cybersecurity analysts. Instead, such incidents will be escalated to the third tier, a team of senior cybersecurity analysts, most of whom have specialist skills in areas such as threat hunting, cyber threat intelligence, digital forensics, reverse engineering, and malware analysis. Tier 3 senior cybersecurity analysts are called upon when something has really gone wrong. It may be an active attack by an advanced persistent threat group, or a ransomware that threatens the very existence of the corporation. In addition to remediating incidents, senior cybersecurity analysts are responsible for identifying the root cause of the breach, investigating whether sensitive information has been exfiltrated, hunting for indicators of compromise, as well as gathering and examining forensic evidence. If you would like to know in more detail what does a cybersecurity analyst do, we have another video covering that topic exclusively. The link is provided in the description. The development team is in charge of the backend. They are the ones who are in charge of the architecture of the Security Operations Center and are responsible for configuring the Security Information and Event Management Solution, or SIEM, to ingest log data from various sources and generate alerts and incidents based on various rules and triggers. They maintain the Security Orchestration, Automation and Response, or SOAR, platform, along with any number of managed detection and response solutions. The team consists of security architects and security engineers whose main purpose is to ensure the smooth running of the Security Operations Center from a technological standpoint. Depending on the size of the Security Operations Center, the SOC manager may be the only one holding a management-level position, whereby he is the captain of the ship. Larger facilities will typically have team managers who oversee and direct their teams and report directly to the SOC manager, who in turn reports to a higher-level executive, such as the Chief Information Security Officer. Large security operations centers may well have a team manager for each tier. Security operations centers play a crucial role in the fight against cybercrime. They protect governments, large corporations, banks, and even critical infrastructure. They also protect you. Think of it. If your bank is crippled by ransomware, your payment card will not work. You will not be able to withdraw money or make online transactions. Or if the corporation in charge of your city's electrical transmission system is attacked, well, you can imagine the outcome. If you are contemplating whether cybersecurity could be a viable career for you, we have another video covering some of the main false assumptions people often have. Breaking into the field may not be easy, especially if you do not have prior experience in the IT industry. But it is not a deal breaker. You do not have to be a tech prodigy, or even a geek. For more information on that, please see the description below.